Mm-hmm. Try to be serious. No, he's fucked up.
Sup?
Not much, Mr. Watcher.
Hello there.
How you doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good actually.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
Jesus Christ. Fuck it, I might as well start as well.
Oh, for the love of... It is 5:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Exactly! It's 5 o'clock, it's happy hour, fuck off!
It's not happy hour, it's in 40 minutes.
All right. All right. Backtrack. All right. David, I spoke to Jacqueline earlier, and I'm okay with having this meeting. I wanted to see your level of trust. I wanted to make sure that things were going to be okay, and I appreciate you accepting doing this here.
You know, I was pretty sad yesterday when you declined my offer.
He was crying.
Yeah.
Well,
just a little bit.
I apologize. You need to understand, though, that
right.
calling me out of the blue was a little surprising and was a little interesting. Not something that is normal, especially when you have your suspicions on someone. To put it lightly, let me move in a little bit this way. I could maybe talk a little quieter.
Yeah, I'm taking flop.
I understand.
David, come here.
Can we please take this seriously?
Okay, sure. Let's
Bring
do
it in.
now.
Over here.
Everything regarding the dark web and what I know is very bare bone. I had concerns. I had questions. Before anything ever happened, I had a couple issues arise with a couple people. And my name got dropped. And I understand your concern regarding me. I know what you do. I understand your involvement to some extent. And I want you to know that the only reason why I was I guess had any interest really, was to stay one step ahead.
Position to the other side of Mission Row.
I was concerned, and the shush I did to Jacqueline was put simply out of fear and more of an intimidation to, you know, I felt like I was being watched. Something wasn't right, and I did something that I shouldn't have, and I know it probably looked very suspicious.
You know, before this meeting and after your talk with Jacqueline, Jacqueline actually stood up for you. Because this meeting, I'm going to be honest, was going to be a lot different.
As in?
You can probably guess.
As I figured.
See, I trust Jacqueline with everything. Today what she said to me, and yesterday as well, changed the way I was going to handle things. I'm going to be honest, you were followed. And I'm pretty sure you noticed.
Mm-hmm. On the pier?
Mm-hmm.
How did you know to go there?
Okay, that was actually pure coincidence.
How about we don't speculate, Flop, and let him finish?
The pier was actually... I'd have to explain that to you later, but that was actually pure coincidence.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a headache and everything, and I wanted to test some things. Yeah. Anyway, you know, that meeting, or the meeting which I wanted to have with you, is going to go a lot differently. Because one thing you don't do is shush people. That's reserved for members who are invited. And showing that out in public is something you do not do. Especially to a member themselves.
With all due respect, when someone
Who the
has...
fuck are you?
I'm the guy talking right now.
David, let him talk.
With all due respect, when people are nervous and when they're paranoid, like you guys have been making Flop here, it makes sense he might have shushed somebody. Now I get it. Sorry, Jacqueline, go ahead.
I'm also gonna explain something as well. At that time, I thought I was being hunted down like a fucking animal by your wonderful Thomas Dwayne.
What is your name, sir?
It's none of your business.
This meeting's over.
Jacqueline, I don't like the way he starts talking.
That's just the way he is.
I understand that, but I'm trying to get this done and over with.
I know, I realize.
Give me a minute. Can you and I sidebar for a sec? The only reason he is here is in case something were to go south. I understand he's speaking and he shouldn't be.
We're in front of Mission Row PD. I'm not that stupid.
I know. You're smart for a reason. We could even have the conversation here. It would not bother me.
We can do that.
I want you to know that what I did was stupid, and I'm willing to own up to it. However, that gentleman over there also brought up the same point that I was going to bring up. I was paranoid, and I did something I shouldn't have. Same way I did something I shouldn't have to somebody, and I went to jail for it just the other day. Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
What was your interest? Mind me.
In what? Do you remember the first time we met, Flop?
I don't.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you this story because I remember it. I was up in Stab City, and I somehow dropped my my bike into a river, and I called you for a tow.
Holy shit, I remember that.
And you came up and you got that bike out of that river.
I remember.
Mm-hmm. It's the first time we met, actually. The recent interest in you was in regards to Matt Rhodes. Are you aware what happens when somebody takes a picture of a watcher?
No.
Limbs go missing, fingers go missing. People get hurt. You have access to the web, correct?
I'd be lying if I said I didn't.
There's a picture on there of Matt Rhodes.
Taking a picture.
Of me. That's why this meeting was going to go a lot different.
So this wasn't even about me.
Wasn't even about you.
And let me ask you a question. Now that this meeting has gone differently, how do you plan on moving forward? Is this gonna come back to me? Or is this gonna come back at my dad? You don't have to answer. Mainly because I'm seeing red. Okay.
You won't be harmed by me.
Are you implying that I might be harmed by someone else?
Not by my orders, no.
Okay. And Matt?
Jacqueline stood up for you earlier in a way I haven't heard her speak before. She sees a lot of her younger self in you.
Which is
That's
interesting.
why nothing is going to happen from my side.
I'm gonna break an old wives' tale, as you may want to refer it as, something that kind of goes around about the web. But did you start the Watchers?
I'm not going to answer that question.
That's fine. That was more of an added interest.
Just know that there are people above me.
Okay.
I also don't like your friend's attitude.
If it makes you feel any better, he is like that with most people, especially people that he is unaware of or don't know. So don't take that to heart.
Maybe I should be careful though.
David, I want to make something very clear to you. Do not go near him. Do not harm him, and do not get him involved. The only reason why he is helping me is because he was concerned, and I was scared. And he was a willing friend that was willing to come to this and stand next to me. If you have anything to take out on him, you take it out on me.
Now that we've spoken, do you think I'm as bad as people say?
Implying that you were going to take limbs and hurt me? I think it's safe to say that you and I both know you are probably a dangerous person. And that's
True.
I think that's a fair assumption. And I don't expect to have any trust with anybody regarding the web. However, I do think moving forward, if there's anything that you need from me that could be, I guess, helpful, I would be willing. To, I guess, show a trust that I fucked up. Alright? I'm not looking to owe anything back. But I think it's important for you, at least for you to know, that I'm not trying to get myself into any trouble. In fact, I'm trying to get myself out of trouble.
A word of advice.
Mm-hmm.
Let Jacqueline help you.
Let me ask you a question. Not saying I won't, but from you, why should I?
The way she stood up for you earlier is something I've never seen in Jacqueline before. I told her what my plan was, actually.
Would you be interested in sharing what your plan was? And then I could share what my plan was?
I'm not going to discuss that here.
That's fine. I know you had a plan. And I hope you understand that hopefully the face-to-face was maybe a nicer way of showing some form of trust.
Mm-hmm.
David, do you have friends? Like people you really call friends?
Yes.
Do they know what you do?
I'm open with each and every one of my friends.
Well, I will make you the promise that I'm sure your other friends make you. I will not speak your name to anybody, and I will keep you as low profile as possible. And I hope we could at least be mutual moving forward. Obviously, I will leave that up to you, but if you would rather not be mutual moving forward, I'd rather you tell me now. And, you know, you just let bygones be bygones.
I agree.
You at least accept my apology for what I did?
I do.
I appreciate it. Will you do me at least a favor and keep me one promise? Just leave that man over there out of this, because he's got nothing to do with it.
Is everything okay?
Mm-hmm.
I promise.
Okay. And I think we're